Kelsey Henry reporting to you from the EHS newsroom. A lot goes on here at EHS on a daily basis, and it is our duty to keep you updated. So in the next few minutes, you will hear what has been happening at EHS. For our first story, we'll be hearing from Ellie Vance, who will enlighten us on the new FFA game feed recently held here at EHS.
Hi, it's Ellie Vance here, reporting on the FFA Wild Game Feed with Virginia Ely. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So how did the Wild Game Feed go?
It was pretty good. We had quite a few people show up, and we had a lot of events that we had, and it was really fun. And we had a lot of different trophies that we handed out too, which were really cool.
I heard that the trophies for the contest were pretty sweet. What did they look like?
They were awesome. Tyler Bell made them, and he used our machine downstairs, and he cut deer heads out of metal, and then he welded them on a little platform of metal, and he had also cut out what they won and then the year on them. So they were really cool.
Okay, so I heard that there was a Greatest Outdoorsman contest. So what did that sort of include? What were the activities there?
Yeah, we did have one, and it was super fun. They had to throw a hatchet at a log, and they had to cast a fishing pole into a bucket, or not a fishing pole, a fishing line into a bucket. They had to judge the distance of animals that we had set up, fake animals of course, and then they had to pull a John boat down as far as they could across the football field, and they had to pull it by antlers. And then we had a hunting Wii game in the auditorium, and we had meat testing, like ram meat and roadkill. Yes, we had roadkill, and so they had to test those and then decide what it was. So it was really cool.
That is cool. So did you guys have any food other than the roadkill?
Yes, we did. We had the game feed part, and it was in the cafeteria, and everyone brought something that they killed that year, or if they didn't go hunting or didn't have any luck this hunting season, then they brought in something that they made. Like I brought in some pies, and other people brought in salads and cookies, so stuff like that, and it was really tasty, so it was fun.
Sounds delicious. So did you guys have a good turnout?
Yeah, it was. It was lots of fun. Not as big as I hoped it would be, but I think that people spread the word for next year and get a lot more people involved. So definitely looking for a bigger turnout next year.
Awesome. Well, I'm Ellie Vance, and I'm here with Virginia Ely, and we're reporting on the Wild Game Feed. Thank you.
Thanks, Ellie. Our next story comes to us from Cameron McSweeney about new school improvements coming to EHS.
I've heard rumors that there may be a new bleachers and new track coming along. What can you say about that?
It's really not a rumor. We've been meeting for a couple months now talking about new bleachers, and in that whole discussion we started talking about if we're going to do bleachers, should we do a track as well. So we have our school architect looking at that and putting together a plan to see what it would cost and kind of estimate it out if something we can afford.
How likely do you think it is that something like that will happen in the near future?
Bleachers are probably a done deal. I'm sure we're going to have that. That was actually in the paper a couple weeks ago. So it's just a matter of, do we build the bleachers around a track that was built, in the 80s, or do we redo the whole thing in one big fell swoop? Last for 50 years.
What are some projects that could be affected by such venture?
Well, if you put together a huge project like that, you're pretty much going to eliminate a lot of the use out back until it gets completed. So it's not a project that could probably be done in a 3-month time period, over the summertime. So, you're going to be looking at it affecting either a spring or a fall season somehow or another, just because of the winters, in Illinois. So, somehow we're going to have to work around that and figure out what the best plan of action is.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Looking forward to those new improvements, Cameron. And now for a commercial break.
Where'd you get the cool Hornets gear? The Hornet Nest! Where? Like downstairs? Step up. You know, 48.
Is it open right now?
Anytime, bring the pesos in and you've got whatever.
I'm gonna go.
You have fun, Chico.
Welcome back. Here at Eureka High School, we take pride in our sports. Rising to the top this year has been the varsity girls basketball team. Calla Gold goes into more detail on the subject.
Coach Prina, what are your goals for this postseason?
This postseason, I'm hoping that our seniors will be able to execute well along with our juniors and our freshmen that we brought up, and hopefully bring home a regional championship. The last couple of years, we did have some postseason success, but we also had some postseason failures. Considering last year we were the #1 seed and we didn't take care of business in our semifinal matchup. So this first round, I want to definitely make sure that our girls are focused and ready to play.
Who do you think your biggest threat is?
Honestly, I think our biggest threat is ourselves. We are a team that is loaded with talent. We have a team that has 5 seniors who have experienced this in the past. And as long as they play their game and they execute well on offense and don't turn the ball over and play hard on defense, I think, honestly, our biggest challenge is making sure that we take care of our own jobs.
And what do you expect out of your seniors?
For my seniors, I expect a lot of leadership. I expect when the game's on the line, I want them to be the one that's calling for the ball. I want them to slow the pace of the game down when they need to and push the tempo when they feel like they can.
Thank you.
Glad to hear that you are having a winning season, ladies. Another team with a successful season has been the speech team. Brad Zare, a member of the team, takes us deeper into the story.
I am here with EHS speech coach Mrs. Sluter. And Mrs. Sluter, what were your thoughts on regionals last week?
Well, I thought they went well as far as HDA and OC went. I was a little disappointed that we didn't have more make it into sectionals, but I was very pleased that we had 7 out of 13 categories make it into the finals at the regionals.
What are your thoughts going into sectionals this week?
I'm very hopeful. I think we have 2 brilliant young men who are just totally talented that should be able to make it into the state tournament coming up in another week and a half.
Okay, thank you. Nate, back to you.
Thanks, Brad. And now for another commercial break.
Why, hello, Jake.
Hello.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Well, I have the perfect solution. Me and Miss Slitter's speech team are selling candy bars, one for $1 or more, preferably 2 for $2.
Ooh, that sounds like a
Or
good deal.
go any higher. Sound good?
Sounds good.
For our last segment, Allison Waller
Gosh,
will
I'm
inform us
certainly
on
hungry.
upcoming events here at the
Wish
high
I had
school.
a candy bar.
Hello, this is
So
EHS
hungry.
Student News right here, right now, and I'm Allison Waller. And I'm Amber Langer. And we're going to be talking about the current and upcoming EHS announcements. First, we'd like to congratulate all the following January most valuable students: Jody Blunier, Cindy Brand, Kayla Bryant, Tia Conover, Jessica Daughtry, Clayton Lehman, Connor Ryan, Carolyn Service, Joey Skelton, and Derek Smith. Good job, you guys. We would also like to congratulate Mr. Onosaur's 3rd hour class for taking the Muffin in the Box Toss for Education Kickoff Challenge. We will also be doing this year-round, so just keep bringing in those box tops and earning money for our school. Also, juniors, the library now has 4 copies of the 2012 Kaplan ACT Strategies Practice and Review books. They will be located temporarily in the new bookshelves by the checkout desk. If you can't find them, see Mr. Atterbury. Get one while they're available and get a head start on this very important test. Thank you, Amber. You're welcome, Allison. Okay, starting up with the February sport activities and what's going on here. On the 10th, we have the boys basketball home game on the Friday. So be there and come out and support our boys. On the 16th through 20th, Eureka High School has our first ever art camp. So if you like to design jeans and paint or even sing, you can talk to Miss Furiante about it. And at the end of the camp, you will be auctioning off your things for money, and you get to keep the money that you make. So that should be a fun time.
Thanks, Allison. Well, that about wraps up our newscast. Make sure to tune in next time for more EHS News right here, right now.